Hi guys. Okay, so in the last class we went through the experiments conducted in search of genetic material, and finally we came to know that DNA is the genetic material. Now later the further researchers shown that nucleic acids in general are playing the role of genetic material. Now when it comes to the nucleic acids, you know that there are two different types of nucleic acids, DNA and RNA. So hereafter I will be using the term nucleic acids. The term nucleic acid comprising of both RNA and DNA. Okay. Now we consider nucleic acids as the building blocks of genetic material. And as we all know, in most of the organisms, DNA is the genetic material. Only in certain viruses, in some viruses, RNA played the role of genetic material. That's why now we are saying that nucleic acids are the genetic material. It doesn't mean RNA is playing the role of genetic material everywhere or in most of the organisms. No, very rarely we found RNA playing the role of genetic material. That's once again only in viruses and viroids we studied in the first PUC. Now, when we consider nucleic acids in general, including DNA and RNA, they are nothing but polynucleotides. Polynucleotides. Sorry. Okay. What are DNA and RNAs? They are polynucleotides. Polynucleotides andre ಏನು ಅಂತೇಳಿ. In chemistry, you have studied about monomers and polymers. That means they are polymers of monomers called nucleotides. They are the polymers of monomers called nucleotides. That means the simplest unit of nucleic acid molecule structure is nucleotides. These nucleotides undergo through a process called polymerization and get joined end to end. ನೀವೊಂದು ಸಂಕೋಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸರಪಳಿಯಲ್ಲಿ ಹಲವು ಲಿಂಕ್ಸ್ಗಳನ್ನು ಹೀಗೆ ಸೇರಿಸಿ ಉದ್ದದ ಒಂದು ಸಂಕಲೆಯನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡ್ತೀರೋ ಹಾಗೆ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೋಟೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಸಿಂಗಲ್ ಲಿಂಕ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅವುಗಳು ಜಾಯಿನ್ ಆಗಿ ಉದ್ದದ ಒಂದು ಮಾಲೆ ಅಥವಾ ಸರಪಳಿ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಪಾಲಿಮರ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಇದು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೋಟೈಡ್ ಇದ್ದು ಪಾಲಿಮರ್ ಆದ ಕಾರಣ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪಾಲಿನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೋಟೈಡ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಹೋಪ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಕ್ಲಿಯರ್. In this context, to understand the structure of nucleic acids, we supposed to study the structure of this basic unit called nucleotide. So hereafter we are going to concentrate ourselves to understand the structure of this basic unit called nucleotide. So now when it comes to the nucleotide is the monomer of polynucleotide RNA as well as DNA. Now when we consider the structure of this nucleotide, before we getting into the structure of nucleotide, ನಾವು ಯಾತಕ್ಕೆ ಡಿ ಎನ್ ಎ ಮತ್ತು ಆರ್ ಎನ್ ಎದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರನ್ನು ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. ಇಂಟ್ರೊಡಕ್ಷನ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ನಾನು ಒಂದು ಕ್ವಶನ್ ರೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೆ. ಅವರ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಷನ್ ಈಸ್ ಟು ನೋ ಹೌ ದಿಸ್ ಪರ್ಟಿಕ್ಯುಲರ್ ಜೆನೆಟಿಕ್ ಮೆಟೀರಿಯಲ್, ಹೌ this particular molecule called DNA or RNA, number 1 store, number 2 copy, number 3 transfer, number 4 express, number 5 regulate. ಈ 5 ಕೆಲಸಗಳನ್ನು ಹೇಗೆ ಮಾಡುತ್ತದೆ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ. ಉದಾಹರಣೆಗೆ ಒಂದು ಕಂಪ್ಯೂಟರ್ ಅಥವಾ ಒಂದು ಮೋಟಾರ್ ಎಂಜಿನ್ ಹೇಗೆ ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತದೆ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ನಾವು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಆ ಎಂಜಿನ್ ಇದ್ದು ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರನ್ನು ಫಸ್ಟಿಗೆ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಬೇಕು. ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ನಾವು ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟ್ರೈಯಿಂಗ್ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್ಸ್. ವೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಕಮ್ಸ್ ಟು ದ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಕ್ ಆಸಿಡ್, now we came to know that nucleic acid is nothing but a polynucleotide. That's why nucleotide is the basic unit. ಆದ ಕಾರಣ what is the structure of nucleotide ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನೋಡಬೇಕು. Okay, when we consider the nucleotide is made up of 3 different types of components. Nucleotide is made up of 3 different types of components. So nucleotide has 3 different components, namely a nitrogenous base, ಅದರ ಒಂದು ಕಾಂಪೊನೆಂಟ್ nitrogenous base, and second one is a phosphate group. The third one is pentose sugar. See, it has 3 different components: nitrogenous base, phosphate group and pentose sugar. Now when it comes to the nitrogenous base, further there are 2 different types of nitrogenous bases. Namely purines and pyrimidines. Okay. So when it comes to the purines, they are double ringed structures, and there are once again 2 different types of purines, namely adenosine and guanosine. Now pyrimidines, they are of 3 different types. Namely cytosine, thymine and uracil. Okay. Now they might ask you to write two different types of nitrogenous bases and their components. Nitrogenous bases are two different types, purines and pyrimidines. Now purines are of two different types, adenosine and guanosine, and pyrimidines they are of three different types, cytosine, thymine and uracil. So I want to make one point very clear here. Now adenosine and guanosine are common both in DNA as well as RNA. They are common. But when it comes to the pyrimidine, cytosine and thymine are present in DNA. And once again, the cytosine will remain common even for the RNA, but the thymine is replaced by uracil there in RNA. That means the types of purines found in DNA are adenosine and guanosine. Adenine and guanine. Now when it comes to the nitrogenous bases, they are of two different types, purines and pyrimidines. Purines are double ringed structures, pyrimidines are single ringed structures. They might ask as a one mark question, what is the difference between purines and pyrimidines? Both are nitrogenous bases, but purines are double ringed structures and pyrimidines are single ringed structures. Now when it comes to the purines, there are two different types of purines, namely adenine and guanine. Now when it comes to the pyrimidines, there are three different types of pyrimidines. They are cytosine, thymine and uracil. Now when we relate these nitrogenous bases with the DNA and RNA, purines remain common for both DNA as well as RNA. That means adenine and guanine are present both in DNA as well as RNA structure. But when it comes to the pyrimidines, cytosine will remain common for both DNA as well as RNA. But thymine is present only in DNA and uracil is present only in RNA. That is one of the major difference in the structural composition of RNA and DNA. Though differ in one of the aspects with respect to the pyrimidines, that is cytosine, so that is thymine and uracil. Thymine is present only in DNA, uracil is present only in RNA. Now when it comes to the phosphate group, this phosphate group will remain same or common for both DNA as well as RNA. It is common. So there are no different types. Okay. Now phosphoric acid will play the role of the phosphate group. Now when it comes to the pentose sugar, there are two different types of pentose. When it comes to the nitrogenous bases, there are two different types, purines and pyrimidines. And when it comes to the difference between purines and pyrimidines, purines are double ringed structures and pyrimidines are single ringed structures. And there are two different types of purines present in nucleic acids in general. They are namely adenine and guanine. Adenine and guanine are the two different types of purines, and here pyrimidines there are of three different types, namely cytosine, thymine and uracil. So, thymine is also known as 5-methyl uracil because thymine is an updated version of uracil. I will explain it later. Okay. Now, when we consider the purines of RNA and DNA, adenine and guanine remain common for both. ಅಂದರೆ ಪ್ಯೂರಿನ್ RNAಗೆ ಮತ್ತು DNAಗೆ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ. ಬಟ್ when it comes to the pyrimidine, cytosine is common for both DNA as well as RNA. But in DNA we can find thymine as another pyrimidine, but in case of RNA thymine is replaced by uracil. ಅಂದರೆ DNA ಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂತಹ ಪ್ಯೂರಿನ್ಸು ಅಡಿನೈನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಗುವಾನಿನ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಆಯಿತು, ಪಿರಿಮಿಡಿನು ಸೈಟೋಸಿನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಥೈಮಿನ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಆಯಿತು. RNAಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ ಪ್ಯೂರಿನ್ ಸೇಮ್ ಇದೆ, ಅಡಿನೈನ್ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಗುವಾನಿನ್. ಪಿರಿಮಿಡಿನಿಗೆ ಬಂದಾಗ RNAಯಲ್ಲಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಸೈಟೋಸಿನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಯುರಾಸಿಲ್. RNAಯಲ್ಲಿ ಥೈಮಿನ್ ಇರಬೇಕಾದ ಕಡೆ ಯುರಾಸಿಲ್ ಇದೆ, ಅದರ DNA ಯುರಾಸಿಲ್ ಇಲ್ಲ, ಅದರ ಬದಲು ಥೈಮಿನ್ ಇದೆ. ದಿಸ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಡಿಫರೆನ್ಸ್ with respect to nitrogenous bases observed between DNA and RNA. Now, when it comes to the phosphate group, it's a phosphoric acid group, remain the same for both DNA as well as RNA. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡರಲ್ಲೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಾಮನ್ ಮತ್ತು ಒಂದೇ ಥರದ ಫಾಸ್ಫೇಟ್ ಗ್ರೂಪ್ ಇದೆ. When it comes to the pentose sugar, there are two different types of pentose sugars, ribose sugar and deoxyribose sugar. Now, the type of pentose sugar present in DNA is deoxyribose sugar. DNA, the first letter D is taken from this deoxynucleic acid. Here it is ribose nucleic acid, and hence the type of pentose sugar present in RNA is ribose sugar, and hence the first letter R. Hope you are clear with the components of a nucleotide. Now you see, when it go through the chemical composition of a nucleotide, the basic structural unit of both DNA as well as RNA, we come to know that there is a lot of similarity between DNA and RNA molecules basic composition, that is of a nucleotide. But same time you see, they also share little difference with respect to one of the pyrimidine in its nitrogenous base as uracil, and a change with respect to the type of pentose sugar, that is ribose in RNA and deoxyribose in DNA. Okay. Now, we will see how these three different types of molecule will construct the structure of a nucleotide. Okay. Now, initially the combination of a pentose sugar, combination of a pentose sugar and a phosphate group, will form a compound called nucleoside. We can expect one more question. What is a nucleoside or what are nucleosides? A nucleoside is a combination of pentose sugar with a phosphate group. Now, we came to know that there are Okay. Now, the question is, what is a nucleotide? A nucleotide is nothing but the combination of a pentose sugar with a nitrogenous base. Will form a molecule called nucleoside. Initially, a pentose sugar will combine with a nitrogenous base and form a molecule called nucleoside. You might be asked to write what is a nucleoside. Now, when comes to the pentose sugar, if you consider it for DNA, there is only one type of pentose sugar. That is why pentose sugar will remain common throughout. But when it comes to the nitrogenous base, as we discussed, there are three different types of nitrogenous bases. So there are four different types of nitrogenous bases found in the molecule of DNA, namely adenine, guanine, cytosine and thymine. There are four different types of nitrogenous bases, and these two fall under the category of purines, and cytosine and thymine fall under the category of pyrimidine. Okay. Now, pentose sugar plus adenine, here pentose sugar found in DNA is deoxyribose sugar. Deoxyribose sugar plus adenine will form a nucleoside called deoxyadenosine. Should make out the difference between the spelling. Here you see adenosine, adenine, as it get combined with the deoxyribose sugar, it is forming a nucleoside called deoxyadenosine. And same time, when the deoxyribose sugar gets combined with the guanine molecule, it will form the next type of nucleoside called deoxyguanine to guanosine. And same time, when deoxyribose sugar get combined with the cytosine, it will form a nucleoside called deoxycytidine. In similar way, when deoxyribose sugar get combined with the thymine, it will form a nucleoside called deoxythymidine. Deoxythymidine. Now, meanwhile, we will also discuss about 4 different types of nucleosides formed in RNA. So, now these 4 are nucleosides of DNA. In similar way, 4 different types of nucleosides are formed even in RNA. So, when it comes to the RNA, pentose sugar instead of deoxyribose, now it is just a ribose sugar. And you see, adenine will remain the same, guanine will remain the same, cytosine also remain the same, but you see thymine is replaced by uracil. And hence you see, instead of forming deoxyadenosine, it will form adenosine. Instead of deoxyguanosine, it will form guanosine. Instead of deoxycytidine, it will just form cytidine. And here in this case, instead of deoxythymidine, the nucleoside formed here is uridine. In exam, they may ask you to write nucleosides of RNA. They are namely adenosine, guanosine, cytidine and uridine. And at the same time, they ask you to write nucleosides of DNA. It is supposed to be deoxyadenosine, deoxyguanosine, deoxycytidine and deoxythymidine. Hope you got the differences between nucleosides of DNA and RNA. Okay. If once nucleosides are formed, they advance further. Now, these nucleosides later get combined with the okay. So, I am taking you back into the DNA. So, here once again it is deoxy okay. So, here deoxyribose sugar plus adenine, that means pentose sugar plus nitrogenous base has formed a nucleoside. Now, if you just add next group called pentose sugar, so if you just add the phosphate group, if you add phosphate group to a nucleoside, you will get next compound called a nucleotide. Now you see, nucleoside has advanced to nucleotide. Now once again you might be asked one more question, what is a nucleotide? Now a nucleotide is nothing but the combination of pentose sugar, nitrogen base and phosphate group. I have already mentioned that even the phosphate group will remain common for both DNA as well as RNA. That is why. Now it is simple. Now you see, deoxyribose sugar plus adenine has formed deoxyadenosine plus the phosphate group. It will form a nucleotide called deoxyadenosine monophosphate. In similar way, you see, the combination of deoxyribose sugar plus guanine has formed deoxyguanosine plus phosphate group will form the next nucleotide called deoxyguanosine monophosphate. In similar way, you see, deoxyribose plus cytosine will form deoxycytidine plus phosphate group will form the next nitrogenous base called deoxycytidine monophosphate. In similar way, you see, deoxyribose plus thymine has already formed deoxythymidine. Now plus phosphate group will form a nucleotide called deoxythymidine monophosphate. You can expect here 2 more question. Name the nucleotides of DNA. These 4, deoxyadenosine monophosphate, which is also called as deoxyadenilic acid, deoxyguanosine monophosphate, which is also known as deoxyguanilic acid, deoxycytidine monophosphate, which is also known as deoxycytidilic acid, and deoxythymidine monophosphate, which is also known as deoxythymidilic acid. So these 4 are the nucleotides of DNA. In similar way, we can also expect 4 different types of nucleotides even in RNA. So when it comes to the RNA, the previous one was with respect to the DNA. When it comes to the RNA, now you see, pentose sugar will change from deoxyribose to ribose, and what we suppose to do here is remove the deoxy. Okay. Now you see, the type of nucleotide, first nucleotide formed in case of RNA is the combination of ribose sugar plus adenine plus phosphate group, that is adenosine monophosphate, which is also known as adenilic acid. And next one you see, once again instead of deoxyribose sugar here, ribose sugar plus guanine forms guanosine plus phosphate group will form guanosine will form guanosine monophosphate, which is also known as guanilic acid. And you see, in similar way, the third case is a ribose sugar plus cytosine will form cytidine, and the combination will form a nucleotide called cytidine monophosphate. Cytidine monophosphate, which is also known as cytidylic acid. And in similar way, you see, ribose sugar plus now thymine in RNA, it is replaced by uracil will form a nucleoside called uridine plus phosphate group will form a nucleotide called uridine monophosphate, which is also known as uridylic acid. Now you might be ask once again to write 4 different nucleotides of RNA. They are namely adenosine monophosphate or adenylic acid, guanosine monophosphate or guanilic acid, cytidine monophosphate or cytidylic acid, uridine monophosphate or uridylic acid. Now we got the basic structural units of DNA as well as RNA. Now in the beginning, I have mentioned that nucleic acids are nothing but polymers of nucleotides, and hence they are polynucleotides. Now we will see how these basic units called nucleotides are got polymerized or joined to form a polynucleotide of DNA and RNA. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೋಟೈಡ್ ಅನ್ನು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರಲ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ, ಅಂದರೆ ಒಂದು ಬಿಲ್ಡಿಂಗ್ನಲ್ಲಿ ಇಟ್ಟಿಗೆಯನ್ನು ಬೇಸಿಕ್ ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಅಂತ ತಗೊಂಡಾಗ ಆ ಕಟ್ಟಡ ಆಗಿರುವಂಥದ್ದು ಹಲವು ಇಟ್ಟಿಗೆಗಳನ್ನು ಒಂದು ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥಿತವಾದ ಜೋಡಣೆಗೆ ಒಳಪಡಿಸಿದಾಗ, ಹಾಗಿರುವಾಗ ನಾವು ಈ ಕೇಮ್ ಟು ನೋ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ದೆರ್ ಆರ್ 4 ಡಿಫ್ರೆಂಟ್ ಟೈಪ್ಸ್ ಆಫ್ ನ್ಯೂಕ್ಲಿಯೋಟೈಡ್ಸ್. 4 ಬೇರೆ ಬೇರೆ ವಿಧದ ಇಟ್ಟಿಗೆಗಳಿದ್ದಾವೆ. ಈ ಇಟ್ಟಿಗೆಗಳನ್ನು ಜೋಡಿಸಿ ಹೇಗೆ ಒಂದು DNA ಅಥವಾ RNA ಸ್ಟ್ರಕ್ಚರ್ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ ಆಗಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳುವಂಥದ್ದು. Now when it comes to the formation of a polynucleotide out of these 4 different types of nucleotides, it goes like this. Now you see, these 4 different types of nucleotides are available in varied number in cells to construct the structure of a DNA or RNA molecule. Now we will see how exactly these nucleotides will form the structure of a polynucleotide. Now here you can observe the structure of DNA. So I will get into the final structure of DNA explained by Watson and Crick later. Before that, when we get into the basic structural unit, now here you can find the structural representation of a nucleotide. Just concentrate on the red one, nothing but ribose sugar. And now you see this ribose sugar, in case of RNA, attached with a nitrogen base at the first carbon atom region of the pentose sugar. And now you see the bond here between the red and green molecules. So, this particular bond is known as a N-glycosidic bond. The bond is between a sugar and a nitrogenous base formed at the region of a first carbon atom is called N-glycosidic bond. Once again, you can expect one more question. Name the bond formed between first carbon atom of the pentose sugar and a nitrogenous base. It is known as a N-glycosidic bond. Okay. Now, this two combination is a nucleoside. Now, you see when this pentose sugar once again combined with one more molecule called phosphate group, the combination is called a nucleotide. Combination is called a nucleotide. Okay. Now, the first joining of a phosphate group there with a pentose sugar, it can be ribose sugar or deoxyribose sugar. I already mentioned, in case of DNA you find deoxyribose sugar, and in case of RNA you find it as a ribose sugar. Now, the first joining of the pentose sugar occur in the fifth carbon atom region. Which carbon atom region? Fifth carbon atom region. And here you see a bond is formed, the fifth carbon atom and the phosphate group. And now, this particular bond formed between fifth carbon atom and the phosphate group is known as a phosphoester bond. Phosphoester bond. I will write it down here. It is known as a phosphoester bond. So, these two bonds are very important. You can expect it as a 1 mark question. Phosphodiester bond and N-glycosidic bond. Okay. Now, how this particular nucleotide undergoes polymerization. Now, you can observe it here. Now, you see, I have taken two different nucleotides. Here you can find deoxyadenosine monophosphate or adenosine, and here you can find deoxythymidine monophosphate or the thymidine monophosphate. In case of DNA, it should be deoxyadenosine monophosphate, and this one should be deoxythymidine monophosphate. Now, here during the process of polymerization, now you see, just observe this particular molecule of a pentose sugar. It has its carbon number 1 here, carbon number 2 here, carbon number 3 here, carbon number 4 here, carbon number 5 here. Now, the first joining of the phosphate group has occurred in the fifth carbon atom region, but here we can find the third carbon atom, and the similar condition is observed in the next nucleotide, in every nucleotide. And now, during the polymerization, now the joining of one of the end of a phosphate group of a nucleotide will occur with the third carbon atom of pentose sugar of a neighboring nucleotide. Hope you got the idea. Now, you see, joining of one of the end of the phosphate group present in the fifth carbon atom of a pentose sugar of a nucleotide has occurred with the third carbon atom of the pentose sugar of another nucleotide. Now, the pattern continues. Now, you see the next nucleotide will come and join here, and the next one, and the fifth one, sixth one, seventh one, and so on. As a result, you see, you will get a continuous chain with the joining of nucleotides one after the one. But now you see, joining has occurred in this case of polymerization in or between the fifth carbon atom of the pentose sugar of a nucleotide and the phosphate group present in the fifth carbon atom region of another nucleotide. And now you observe this particular pentose sugar, it has a phosphoester bond in the third carbon atom region as well as a fifth carbon atom region. That is why this particular pentose sugar has two phosphoester bonds. That is why these two bonds together considered as a phosphodiester bond. I will write it down here. Now, it has changed from phosphoester to phosphodiester bond. Once again, you might be asked with another one more question. Name the bond which will join two nucleotides together. The joining bond is a phosphoester bond, but since two phosphoester bonds are formed, one is at third carbon atom region and another one is at fifth carbon atom region, they are collectively called as phosphodiester bonds. That is why phosphodiester bonds are the bonds which will connect one nucleotide with another nucleotide, and it will form a continuous chain of nucleotides altogether. Now, in this way, it will form a chain of nucleotides called polynucleotide. Now, when it comes to the structure of DNA and RNA, the final structure varies slightly.